Well, we're back, and what I'm going to talk to you today is my way of teaching by using the lines and spaces the way we all kind of learned them. Many children in the school system will tell you that the treble clef space notes spell face, but it's never drilled, and they don't know much more than that. So let me show you how I do this, and now I do this from lesson 1 with the smallest beginner. So I separate out, just get baggies, little sandwich baggies work great. And I teach face with the 4 space notes, and that's all they do for the week is face. And it is amazing to me how fast I can do this in a lesson and shift the cards and they know it immediately. I also make sure that they know which F-A-C-E they're playing, not just anything, and I have them play those and I line them up on the piano. That's week 1. Week 2, treble clef line notes, okay? They're not playing any of these notes in their music yet. They're playing the pre-reading skills. And I teach the line notes. You can use whatever sentence you like. You've heard them all. Okay, I do not do every good boy does fine or deserves fudge, because then when you go and do good boys do fine always, it's too many little boys. You want to have something completely different. Okay, I tend to use empty garbage before dad flips because they think it's funny. I had a student come in and go, even George Bush drives fast. Fine, if he likes that and he can remember that. You are still keeping 2 packs separate. So they're practicing 2. Week 3 into 4, you teach them those middle notes they're going to need, the middle C, the D, and the B. Those you can add to any week you want, just because that's the first thing they're probably going to play anyway. Week 3, I have the bass line notes. All cars eat gas, all cows eat grass, whatever you like that they will remember. Now they have 3 packs. I don't let them combine anything. And they get this really fast because they're only dealing with 1 sentence at a time. All you're doing is using the sentences as a pneumatic device to get the recognition of these notes automatic. That's what you want. You don't want them to sit there and count it up. You want to use the sentences at your jumping off point to get them ready to read without them. Week 4, now they have the bass clef line notes. I've spent the first month of lessons. We have covered all of the notes that they will need all the way through the 2nd level of whatever method you choose. Week 5, almost without exception, my students are ready to blend the treble clef notes. I blend the treble clef along with those middle notes, the C, the D, and the B, and now they have 3 packs. And I mix them. So now they have to know 2 sentences or face plus a sentence. And so here we are. We've got these now. That's week 5. Week 6, ditto for bass. We now have 2 stacks in 6 weeks. Okay, I make sure the mom knows you can use rubber bands, you can put them in, don't mix them up, because now they won't be overwhelmed by too many different pneumatic devices. So now they have 2 sets. Now this is where the students trade off. Some students need an extra week or 2 or 3 to get really good at these 2 packs. By that point, I want to be able to pretty much throw down the cards and them to be almost automatic so that you can see that they're not sitting there to go, I'm counting up my notes, I'm counting empty garbage before dad, D, but they've gotten beyond that to where it's quicker and the sentences are starting to fall by the wayside. By week 8, for almost every student, 9 if you're a younger student, takes a little more time, I mix the whole thing together and we have our ABCs of reading. Now I tell the students this is ABCs of reading. This is not going to solve every problem you ever have with reading, but it sure is a start. I keep drilling those cards every week or use one of those cool note charts that you can just slide the note up and down that are put out so I don't have to mess with the cards until they are automatic. They don't have to stumble to think. They automatically see it and they know it. And so you're maybe 3 months in to 4 months in, they're on automatic pilot with all of these. By now, they're far enough or probably have finished the primer and they're reading all of these notes. Now, that's note by note reading, that's not blending them. And I explained to the students, this is your ABCs. This is what you learned before you read. You could tell the 26 ABCs, but you hadn't learned to sound them out yet. So what do we do in reading? The second step to this, after they are completely committed to having these learned, so we don't have to go back 2 years later because they're stumbling with the reading. We've got this much down. We begin to blend the sounds. And I'm going to speak in the next segment about how we do that and how I teach the basic reading of blending.